Ernesto Ceraldi. I'm sure you remember the name. We reported on this cretin on the 9th of April, 4th of May, 26th of June and the 9th of September. Ceraldi was a Greater Manchester Police firearms officer who was found guilty of trying to rape a woman in her home, throttling her, slapping her and punching her in the face, leaving her bloodied and bruised after she refused to perform a sex act on him. He was sentenced to almost 5.5 years in jail at Preston Crown Court in June. I'll link to the previous reports in the description. Well, Ceraldi has now had his accelerated misconduct hearing, so this is an update video on those previous reports. The hearing was held on Wednesday, October the 5th at Greater Manchester Police Headquarters, a hearing that Ceraldi couldn't get time off from his new cellmate to attend. I do hope he's getting some of his own medicine. Although he didn't attend, he did apparently offer a letter of apology to the victim, but the contents of that apology don't seem to have been published anywhere. But regardless to his apology, because let's face it, he was a cop and they are only ever sorry when they get caught, the panel found that he had breached the standards of professional behaviour. No shit. Chief Constable Stephen Watson, who chaired the hearing, said, "In light of his conviction, I am of course satisfied this conduct has breached the standards of professional behaviour and the breach amounts to gross misconduct. Had he not already resigned, then the appropriate disciplinary action would have been dismissal. His actions were deliberate and carried out in full knowledge, knowing his conduct was unlawful and reprehensible. It brings the service into disrepute and damages the trust of the public. Offending behaviour against women and girls at the hands of the police has taken an enormous significance in members of the public. He has failed to take the opportunity to enter any mitigation on his own behalf, and I cannot find any mitigation in the matter. Harm to the reputation of the service is evidently very greatly established, and I reiterate these proceedings are to maintain public confidence in the police, and the facts of this case have the grave potential to diminish the confidence. The level of seriousness in this case is very high and his behaviour falls well below anything tolerated in the service. His reputation now stands disgraced and he is regarded as a sex offender. He lost the confidence and respect of the public and his former colleagues. The gravity of the matter is such that had he not already resigned, I would have dismissed him from the service with immediate effect. His name must now be placed on the College of Policing's barred list." Now, in September, an appeal was made under the unduly lenient sentencing scheme by the Attorney General's office, but the Court of Appeal judge ruled that 5.5 years was not unduly lenient. Now, of course, it's always nice to hear that although he wasn't given more time, which would have been the icing on the cake, he has now been dismissed from the force, placed on the College of Police's barred list, banged up to bunk up with Bubba for the next 3 or so years, and now has a lifelong sexual offender notification requirement. I think it's safe to say this cretinous fuckpig would be better off brown bread, now that he will never be able to have a normal life, which is the very least he deserves.